Hey, welcome back to Sober Now. I'm Jim LaPierre. Today we're going to be talking about a question that I've been asked probably hundreds of times over my career, which is how do I ask for help? And my experience shows that when we're uncomfortable with something, we complicate it. We intellectualize it, we analyze it, we do all of this unnecessary shit. And really, the bottom line is we're thinking to avoid feeling, we're thinking so we can procrastinate and avoid taking action that we expect to be uncomfortable. So, how do I ask for help is something that people most commonly ask when they are first becoming aware that they have a problem with substances, that they need help because they're in an active addiction. But even after we get into recovery, how do I ask for help is a recurring question because it turns out there's a lot of things we need help with. So the the tool that I offer is what a counselor would call an economy of words. So what that means is if you really want to ensure that you're well understood, use the fewest number of words possible. Say things very clearly and directly. Make it clear what it is that your intention is, what it is that you're asking for. When we're uncomfortable, we tend to use more words and we'll be anything but direct. We will tell somebody a story, and the story goes all around Robin Hood's barn. And the person we're talking to, you can kind of watch their facial expression change because they're wondering where the hell are we going with this and what is it we're actually asking or trying to communicate to them. That's a clear sign that we're uncomfortable, we're anxious, we expect rejection, we expect to be turned down or disappointed. And quite often, if we could get out of our own way, ask things simply and directly, then the only thing that we really need to do beforehand is get in touch with our gut. The person that we're going to, do they have what we need? Do they have that to offer? Are they willing to? Because intuitively and instinctually, we already have a sense of that. And so then all we have to do is get out of our own way. Um, it's uncomfortable to admit that we need help. It's uncomfortable to admit that we don't know something. It's even more uncomfortable to admit that we don't know how to do something. Because for most of us, as soon as we became adults, whatever we didn't know, we compensated for. We started pretending that we knew what we were doing. And to openly admit to somebody, yeah, I don't know how to do that, as uncomfortable as that is, it creates a huge opportunity, right? I'm going to gain some knowledge and some insight, and I'm going to apply it. And when I'm uncomfortable, what I'm not thinking about is how good it helps to help people that I care about. It feels great to do that, right? So if I go to a good person and I ask them to teach me something or show me how to do something, I'm giving them an opportunity to shine. I'm giving them the opportunity to give back what was given to them and to draw on their own expertise. And so if I can manage to get out of my own way, instead of focusing on how self-conscious I feel or how uncomfortable I am with this situation, I could take at least a few seconds to consider, hey, this gives them an opportunity to pay it forward, which good people, especially folks in recovery, tend to welcome. So asking for what you need, fewest number of words possible, greatest amount of vulnerability possible. Don't hint around. Be specific about what it is that you need to learn or what it is that you need help with. Ask for accountability. And when you don't understand what the person's explaining or you're not quite sure if you get it, be honest about that. Right? We're natural born bullshitters. We'll pretend that we understand everything the person's saying when all of it's sailing right over our head. It's uncomfortable, but again, a lot of us heard early on in recovery that the only thing we needed to change was everything. Well, that's a lot. And it's okay that you don't know things. It's not like most of us grew up in happy, well adjusted families that taught us everything we needed to know. So we got a lot of things to learn about recovery. We got a lot of things to learn about life, about relationships, about how to even deal with emotions, especially in early recovery. All of those things, if nobody's ever told you, how are you supposed to know? So this is a great opportunity to be patient with yourself. This is a great opportunity to add tools and skills to your recovery. This is an opportunity to go outside of your comfort zone, allow yourself to be just vulnerable enough to get a need met. And I can promise you, the more you do that, the more comfortable, the easier it'll get. It'll also give you a chance to resolve your hypocrisy. Because for most of us, we love helping, we love giving to others, but we're very uncomfortable asking for anything. We're very uncomfortable receiving. And sometimes we'll even turn away offers of support because it's uncomfortable. So we need to get practicing reciprocity. We have to be a two-way street. We can't just give. Just giving means that we become drained and oftentimes resentful because we do so much for so many and nobody does anything for us. Okay? Allow people to serve you. My guess is that's congruent with your program, that's congruent with whatever your concept of a higher power is. It's going to pay off in spades. Don't overthink this. Just ask. Just ask simply and directly. If the person's not able to, they will tell you. Don't tell me how busy they are, and don't tell me that you're worried about imposing and burdening, because those are lies that we tell ourselves when we're afraid to ask. Let them decide for themselves if they can manage this. If they can't, they'll tell us. Now, that's not a rejection of us as a person. That's a person who's overextended and too busy. So instead of giving up, let's think about who else do we know that has that knowledge or that ability, and let's approach them. Taking responsibility for getting our needs met is not only going to help us stay sober, it's going to improve every part of our lives. So I hope that you make that investment. I hope that you'll relate to yourself in a healthier way, and I know that that will have a benefit to the relationships you have with others. So, as always, email me topic suggestions and questions you have, jim@sobernow.com. Give us a like and a share on the videos so that we can continue this conversation. Take care of yourself. Ask what would be helpful. Go out and just take one step out of your comfort zone today and let somebody help you get your needs met. Thanks.